Hey folks. Well, I'm about to read the kids a Christmas story. Gather round, kids. Sam, are you okay, honey? Yeah, I'm fine. I just had a little spasm there. It's okay. We got you. I took my medicine, so I'm okay now. Are you sure? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Awesome. Well, let's gather around the fire, and I'll tell you all a story. Or I'll read you one. Excuse me.
I'm always looking forward to a story.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, I'm Richie. I'm Casey's husband. And I'm Sam. I'm Zoe's husband. Rocky's daughter, Zoe's husband. I love Christmas and I love stories. I love to be read to because I really can't read. I have some disabilities that prevent that. So, yeah.
This is from a book called Stories of the Season. And the story is called Christmas Tonight. And it's by Val Teal. Excuse me.
Can I help you read?
Of course, Richie.
I read Braille.
Okay, cool. Just like me.
Yup.
You want to read first, Richie?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Christmas Tonight by Val Teal. Forgive my speech, guys. It was a week before Christmas, and excitement ran high in the little village house. Such exciting shopping only a day off. Suddenly, a horse plodded into their lane, and its rider slumped over the horse's neck. After that, not one of their Christmas plans materialized, except perhaps grandmother's. Now you read, kitten.
Okay, thank you, honey. Excuse me. A story especially for children. Everywhere, everywhere, Christmas tonight. Grandmother was singing softly when Janie came into her door. What does that mean? Janie asked. Just that, said Grandmother. Christmas is everywhere. You can't stop it. You can shut yourself up in a room and lock the door, but Christmas will come in. Christmas is everywhere. She took down a little tin star from her shelf. I keep this to remind me of that, she said. And of the best Christmas I ever had, too.
Can I read some?
Sure. How about we'll read a paragraph? Each of us read a paragraph.
Okay. Janie crawled into a corner of the couch. There was the story look in Grandmother's eye.
Very good. I was 10 years old that year, Grandmother began. It was a week before Christmas, and the weather was still fine, sunshiny, and warm for December. We had a lot of things yet to do for Christmas. I had hardly any of my presents ready. We didn't have all our cookies made yet, although there were perhaps 500 stored away in the cans. We usually made twice that many so as to have something to treat when the people from the village came to call during the holidays. Excuse me. And Mother said she had hardly anything done. We were to go into town the next day. Then we would go to the brightly decorated village shops and complete our shopping. Nicholas, my younger brother, was a Christmas child. He had been born on Christmas, and he was named for Saint Nicholas, and so Christmas was his special day. This year, he wanted only one thing for Christmas, and that was a pet, a live pet. Tomorrow we were going to go to see Mr. Abrams and see about getting a puppy for him. Good reading, Richie. We were working hard to get everything done so that we might have the day to spend in the town when a horse turned into our lane. The rider was slumped over the neck of the horse, and we ran out yelling for Father to come. It was Sam, the man who lived at our cabin up on the mountain. He had broken his leg and had managed somehow to get on to his horse and ride the 20 miles to town. Father took him into the village and had him looked after, but up on the mountain were the animals to care for. There were Dandy and Dolly, the sheep, and Nanny, the goat. Someone had to go up and get them. Good job, honey. Excuse me. It will make a nice outing for all of us since the weather is so fine, Mother said. And so we packed up a huge basket of food, and the next morning, very early, we all piled into the lumber wagon. Dandy and Dolly and Nanny would come back in the wagon with us. 20 miles, most of them uphill, is a long trip for two horses. It was afternoon when we arrived at the cabin. Father went around and made everything tight against the coming winter weather. We would stay overnight and in the morning lock up the cabin and take the animals home with us. Nicky and I went to bed early. We tried to stay awake and call back and forth to each other from our
bunks, but the long day out of doors and the dancing light of the fire made us so sleepy we were soon in slumberland. Awesome job, baby. When I awoke, it seemed to be the middle of the night. Father was talking excitedly. He had a lantern lit. There was another noise, too. The fire was roaring, but it was still another noise. Above that, I sat up in bed and listened. It was the wind howling round the cabin. Mother told me there was a blizzard and that I had better go back to sleep for a few hours. It felt good to snuggle down under the blankets excuse me, again. And when Nikki and I awoke the next time, it was dimly daylight. Mother was making pancakes, and we could smell coffee. I had a comment. It's Sam.
Okay, go ahead, Sam.
I just hope that, my namesake, if you will, is gonna be alright.
Me too.
And yummy pancakes. I love pancakes. I've actually tried to make pancakes before.
Cool. How'd they turn out?
Alright. I had some help, but they turned out fine.
Good.
Okay.
Excuse me. Richie Mel?
Okay. We ran to the window, but we could not see out. The snow was piled way up to the top. Excuse me. Father had shoveled his way out to the shed to care for the animals, and he had tied a rope to the door knob and taken it with him so he could find his way back.
Wow. Interesting.
All day the blizzard howled. The snow would blow down the chimney and make the fire dance and sizzle. We were in a world alone. Beyond the cabin there was nothing but blowing snow, and howling wind. I went to the shed with Father once, and the top of the snow was above my shoulders. Wow. At any other time, Nikki and I would have thought this was great fun. But now all we could think of was Christmas. Father said there wasn't a chance that we could get home for many days. 1 second, Richie, before you read, excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink. Mm. Mm. Yikes. Alright. I do apologize, but oh my goodness. I got the extreme dry mouth. Ooh. Let's see. Okay.
Alright, Richie Mouse. Okay. When Nicky went out to the shed with Father, I threw myself on my bunk and sobbed. Mother came in and patted my shoulder. Very good. It will still be Christmas, she said. You can't stop Christmas for just a blizzard. It comes wherever you are. It will be wonderful. You wait and see. But the presents, I cried, and Nicky won't get his puppy. When Christmas comes, Mother said, presents come. We'll find presents. Come on, let's look around. There were 5 more days until Christmas, and a busier bunch of people there never was than we 4 up there by ourselves on the mountaintop. Father had said he would dig around in the snow and find a tree and chop it down. So the next thing Nicky and I thought of was paper chains to trim it with. But an old, what's this word, Maui? I'm sorry. It's okay. Bachelor. Okay. Bachelor, like Sam, didn't have colored paper and paste around his house. Sam did save things, though. We found lots of colored comics. We made flour and water paste, and Nicky and I spent the entire day making paper chains. Great job, sweetie. The next day, the snow had stopped. Father shoveled it away from the windows, but all we could see, as far as we could look, was snow. About noon, he brought in our tree, a lovely middle-sized one. We hung our paper garlands on it. Then Father had an idea. We got out a basket of empty tin cans from the back shed, and Father cut dozens of these little stars. Nicky and I pounded a hole in one point of each star with a nail so we could put string through them and hang them on the tree. Excuse me. The tree looked wonderful. Very good. Mother was busy making cookies. There were flour and sugar and cream from the goat's milk. Sam didn't have any cookie cutters, but
Mother used a can, and Father bent a piece of tin into a shape of a Christmas tree, and we cut out men with a knife. Interesting. I put one of the stars on the rolled out dough and cut around it with a knife, and we had star cookies too. Mother baked string. Hold on. Okay, weird. Mother baked string loops into some, and we frosted them and hung them on the tree. Interesting. Excuse me. Go ahead, Richie Mel. Presents. I kept thinking and thinking. I found a pile of carefully folded wrapping paper. Mother helped me iron out the largest pieces. I cut them even and sewed them into a grand, large scrapbook of Nikki. I looked through the magazines and started the book for him with a picture of some horses and another of a dog. Maybe he wouldn't mind too much not getting his live pet. That's sad. Yeah. Excuse me. This was the idea we got for presents for Mother and Father. We took 2 little tin pie tins from Sam's cupboard. We filled them with scraps from some old, worn-out overalls of Sam's and covered them with 2 good pieces of the blue denim. Now we had 2 puffy pin cushions. Excuse me. We cross-stitched Mother on one and Father on the other. Oh, this is a long paragraph. It's okay, you can do it. Christmas morning came, and there were several packages under the tree. Mother and Father were very pleased with our pin cushions. Father said it would always remind him of his favorite food, pie, and then when he opened Mother's gift, it was a real pie. Mother had managed to make it out of canned cherries. Nikki and I each got new mittens. I thought it said kittens. New mittens from Mother. Mine were blue with a white duck knitted on the backs, and Nikki's were red and white men. Okay. Nicky had made me a pen wiper, and he had cut out a paper doll family for me from a catalog out of kindling wood and spools. Father had made a darling little wheelbarrow for Nicky and a whole set of doll furniture for me. The paper doll family was just fit the furniture. It seemed the very nicest Christmas I had ever had. The blazing fire was reflected in every one of our 10 stars. There was a good smell of spicy cookies and other cooking Mother had been doing. So, I think that's yours. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, sweetie. Suddenly, Mother got up and went out into the back shed. She came in with a shoebox with holes punched in it. Inside was a chipmunk, and I think I was as happy over it as Nicky. He got caught in the shed when the blizzard came, Mother said. It was wonderful. Excuse me. Everything was turning out right, but there was work to be done. Excuse me. I opened the drawer to sweep the snow from the stoop. I heard a little scuttle at the side of the stoop. I still can hardly believe that I found just what I wanted, but there indeed was a live pet for me to give Nicky. A white rabbit had burrowed into a hollowed out place in the snow drift beside the step. He let me pick him up by the ears, and I ran into the house shouting, "Merry, Merry Christmas, Nicky." Good job. And right then, Father came to the door from the shed and said, "Come on out, children. I have another present for you out here." Mother said, "Oh, bring them in. They're 3
days old. And in a minute, Father came in with 2, not 1, but 2 baby lambs. They were Dolly's twins, born 3 days before, and they had not told us about them. Excuse me. An awful time to have babies, I told Dolly, Father said. But I do most certainly thank you. Oh, we most certainly thank her too, I cried. Good job. And Nikki said softly, this is a very, very, very special Christmas. Do you mind to finish this, please, because I'm tired? Yeah, babe. Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. I had a call. And sorry about my speech. Okay, so there's not much more to this story at all. So, okay. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I found it. It was a whole week before they plowed through to rescue us. We took the animals back in the bobsled that came after us. We had to leave the wagon until the next summer because it was buried in the snow. And we named the lambs Mary, Merry, and Christmas. And Nikki and I each took home one of the 10 stars to keep. And, Grandmother finished, best of all, we had learned that it's true. Everywhere, everywhere, Christmas tonight. And then it's got a little blurb about the author, and I'll read it for you just to, so you know. Val, or Valentine Teal, was born in, Bottineau, North Dakota. Besides her many short stories, she also wrote such books as The Little Woman Wanted Noise, 1943, Angel Child, 1946, and It Was Not What I Expected, 1948. So there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed that, and I know the kids did. And thank you, Richie, for helping me read it. You're welcome. It's my absolute pleasure. Good deal. And Sam, what did you think about it? Zoe and I both loved it, and the twins too. Of course, they're asleep. But yeah. There. Anyway, there you go.